Hey guys, this video is going to be about wrist wraps, which are these things. So you've got a thumb loop, the long wrist wrap itself, and a bit of Velcro. So typically used in the bench press. You can also use them in squatting, normally in low bar squatting. So the reason for wearing these is to help protect your wrists, trying to make sure they're not buckling backwards under the weight. To put them on, thumb loop on the thumb. The wrist wrap should go over the back, so this is the right hand one. And then from there, what I often see is people just wrapping them a little too low, like so. So as you can see, there's still a fair amount of flexion and extension that can happen at my wrist. So the way I like to think of putting these on is it's almost like you're putting on a cast. The middle of the wrap should go over the joint and wraps like so. Pull tight. You should lose blood in your fingers. If you aren't, it's probably not tight enough. Now you can see I've barely got any movement. So that's going to make sure the weight of the bar isn't going to pull my wrist back. Same on the low bar squat as well, it's just going to protect my wrist a bit more. There is a bonus use for these in the deadlift. So it's actually putting it on how I put it on earlier, just around the wrist, incorrectly for the bench and the squat. But if we do that for the deadlift, you'll actually find the wrap closes your hand. So it's actually, I have to work hard at opening my hand. So if you find grip strength is an issue, I would suggest wrapping the wrist wrap as tight as you can. I would use that as a last resort. I would only suggest it if you're going particularly high reps or you're going for some rep maxes, as you don't want to have to rely on that every single rep that you do, because you still need to develop some grip strength. This of course depends on goals. That is legal under IPF rules, so when you're competing or if you're going to compete, that's something you can bear in mind. So I think this is a 24-inch wrist wrap. This is my personal preference. So the reason I think this works well is because the more times you can wrap it around your wrist, the extra protection and support you will get when you're squatting and benching. Of course, that's a personal preference of mine. People can lift very comfortably in 12-inch wraps. That's just my opinion. I do prefer the slightly more flexible ones. You can get very stiff ones. Kind of more flexible than stiff is what I prefer when utilizing wrist wraps. These are pretty dirt cheap from Strength Shop, and what I tend to find is when I wrap them very tight, they actually miss out on the Velcro, so that's a bit annoying. I would suggest spending a little bit more, and you can spend a little bit more at Strength Shop and get better ones than these examples here. I think that's everything. If you've got any questions, do give us a shout. Thanks for watching.